We've seen several measures put in place at a state and federal level in the wake of Bondi. Gun reforms was one of them. We know that new polling shows 3/4 of Australians believe gun laws should be tightened. What did you think of that cap for guns for recreational users, 10 for farmers in New South Wales?
Well, 3/4 of Australians don't obviously realise how much our farmers need their guns. Feral pigs are just running rampant around regional Australia at the moment, rabbits. There are many feral pests that guns very much deal with in the right hands. Farmers aren't likely, don't do the sort of thing that happened on Bondi Beach. They need guns for their livelihoods. There are recreational shooters, clay target shooters. I mean, the gun laws that we have properly enacted are sufficient. And regional Australians are getting a little bit sick and tired of being told how to live their lives, what to do, where to do it, how to do it, when to do it. What we need is an address on anti-Semitism. What we need the government to do is address that particular issue. Radical Islam, unfortunately, has pervaded our society. It is now spreading like a cancer through our communities. That is the problem. It's not gun laws. And the sooner we fix the anti-Semitism in this nation, the better off we'll be as communities right across this wide brown land.
It sounds like a gun buyback scheme floated by the Prime Minister could be more costly than predicted.
Well, get to the nub of the real issue, and that is anti-Semitism. Call a royal commission. Let's see what that comes up with as far as recommendations are concerned, and let's put an end to this persecution, basically, of people who are law-abiding gun owners.
And we've seen as well the Prime Minister crack down on, I'll say that he will be cracking down on people in Australia who are on visas who show anti-Semitic views or engage in hate speech. But would you like to see measures tightened at a higher level as people come into the country in the first place?
Well, the first thing I'll say to what you said is it's about time. But what we saw is 3,000 Gazans come to our airport, and the Minister Tony Burke ran out and welcomed them for a photo opportunity. Now, that's not in the national interest, I have to say. Were there proper security checks? Was there proper vetting of those people coming from the Middle East? You know, the question has to be raised. And we have let, unfortunately, people say some horrid things on the steps of Australia's icon, the Opera House, as well as that August 3 protest on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which should never, ever have been allowed to take place. Justice Belinda Rigg was very wrong in determining that protest should have been able to take place against the wishes of Premier Chris Minns, who's been showing leadership, against the wishes of the New South Wales Police. And if the police say something shouldn't go ahead, for crying out loud, the judiciary should uphold that view.
Data showing that there's been a drop in support for the coalition. One Nation support, though, is on the rise. 1 in 4 men, I think it is, from Generation X now voting One Nation. Are you expecting this to grow next year?
No, I think it'll plateau out. I think it will certainly plateau out. People will realise that One Nation is a protest party. It's not a party of government. The Liberal and Nationals are. We've proven very good stewards of the economy and of all facets of society for many, many decades. Since the Liberal Party formed back in the 1940s. We've been a very stable and strong coalition. Yes, we're going through a few ups and downs at the moment. I'd like to see Susan Lee given some clear air. Let's see what happens. She's been very strong in recent weeks as far as the Bondi episode has unfolded, sad to say, and the aftermath of that, whereas we haven't seen that leadership from the Prime Minister and his senior ministers, although I must say Penny Wong at least did apologise the other day, but these words were unfortunately too little too late. What we've seen is anti-Semitism creep, as I say, like a cancer right throughout this society, and this government, this Labor federal government, has done very, very little to subside it.
Are you expecting more people to follow Barnaby Joyce's lead?
No, I don't believe so. I truly don't, and I've spoken to colleagues. They're happy in the Nationals. Spoke to Matt Canavan at length yesterday. He's looking forward to his pre-selection Look, we'll get on with the business of doing the right thing as an alternative government. That's what we do. Serious contemplation of policies, making sure that we get rid of net zero, making sure we've got a cheaper, better, fairer system of energy. All of these things are important. We need a reliable energy system. We haven't got it at the moment. We've got a plan to improve that. We've got a plan to stop the rollout of the green energy projects right across our electorates, which are a blight on the countryside and doing nothing to lower the temperature, I have to say, doing nothing for 2050, but destroying the economy as they go.